Jazz Girls, good evening. Happy Thursday to all our beautiful, empowered women watching us on DATV. It's your girl, Fiona Gicale, and welcome back to another amazing episode of Jazz Girls Season 2. Tonight, we are talking about something so close to my heart, reinvention. Mapapaisip ka talaga, is it ever too late to change your career? Kaya mo bang pagsabayin ang passion at ginagrind mong pangarap? Well, our guest tonight proves that you can paint your own canvas, run a business, and fight for justice all at the same time. She is a former journalist, a fashion entrepreneur, an artist, an author, and a future lawyer from MLQU. She studied in UP Diliman, became a journalist, but decided to leap into a world of fashion. Let's all welcome Alexandra Javier. Hi, Alexandra.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good
And
evening.
thank you for being here with us on Just Girls. Ang ganda-ganda mo today.
Thank you.
And I love your outfit. Super, super ganda. I love it.
Yes, we're
So, super standard question for our guest here. We have a 10 hot seat questions for you for this round to help our viewers understand how you left your comfort zone. And are you ready?
Well, I'm ready. I'm always
Let's
ready.
go. Let's go. So, Alexandra, how was your journey from Cavite State University to UP Diliman na law school shaped the woman you are today?
Well, since I'm exposed to a lot of people, I became more confident. Binuo ko ng mga school na yun. In-expose nila ako sa tao. Mas naging realistic ang approach ko sa mga bagay-bagay.
And being a journalist, is it a dream for many? But you chose to pivot. What was the exact tipping point or moment?
Well, I always love journalism. I mean, kung ako yung tatanungin, hindi ako aalis. But of course, I have to make a choice. I have to make my own path. Hindi pwedeng ma-stuck lang ako sa isang gusto ko lang. So I have to try new things. And I believe na na-try ko na maging reporter. So I think it's about time to shift, to try different things.
Talagang madami ka talagang tinry. So ano yung, sabi nga nila, starting a business takes a lot of guts. So paano mo hinarap yung takot at yung uncertainty na naiwan mo yung corporate setup?
Before going to be a full businesswoman, nag-work pa kasi ako before sa government. So, media relations officer ni Mayor Choy Belmonte. So, kagaya lang din siya sa media na masyadong mabilis sa mga bagay-bagay. And then, nung nag-shift ako sa pagiging businesswoman, inisip ko na lang talaga na I have to do something new. I really have to do something new. I want to make my own path, and at the same time, I want to be free. So, alam naman natin na kapag nasa media tayo, it's a very rigorous work, and kakainin talaga yung oras mo. But I want to do something that I want, and at the same time, I can take a pause if I need to. So, dahil creative tayo and malikot yung utak natin, marami tayong pinagkakaabalahan. So, kaya ako nag-shift sa pagbe-business.
So what pushed you? You said there's a certain point in our lives na magigising ka na lang one day and then something will push you to do it. What pushed you?
For that, kasi nakikita ko kasi yung fashion, no? yung art ng fashion. So, I want to empower women. So, in my own ways. You cannot empower every single woman. But you can make a difference by, I'm selling clothes na hindi siya yung usual na makikita mo sa malls. Hindi lahat makikita mo sa malls. So, I sell clothes with vivid colors, different styles, and most of all, yung mga sustainable.
So having this online RTW clothing brand, out of all the industries, bakit fashion and retail yung napili mong pasukin?
Because I love fashion as well. So, I'm a girly girl. So, with that, gustong-gusto ko nag-dress up, gustong-gusto ko na gusto ko maganda tingnan palagi. So, gusto ko presentable tingnan. So, yung name kasi ng clothing line namin is Women Like Me. So, basically, those women who want to wear something fashionable just like me. So, ino-offer namin yun sa kanila.
And as a former journalist, did your background in media and storytelling help you when it came to branding and marketing your RTW line?
Yes. Since I was exposed to different kinds of people, so na-expose ako sa iba't ibang klaseng babae na nakakakita ako nakakapag-cover ako ng pageants, LGBT events, so iba-ibang tao. And for me, it helped me realize kung ano yung gusto kong itinda, ano yung gusto namin sa business namin.
And launching an online brand in a saturated market is not a joke. What was the biggest hurdle you faced during your first year in business?
I realized ang dami ko pang dapat matutunan. Like, getting supplies. What if hindi siya available dun sa supplier namin? How am I going to deal with rude customers? How am I going to deal with complaints? So, lahat yun napagdaanan ko.
So how do you ensure your clothing brand empowers the women who wear your designs?
I just want them to be comfortable and be themselves. So whenever they're wearing our pieces and then magme-message sila, look, nasa beach ako, ito yung swimsuit na suot-suot ko, I'm really happy na makikita ko yung ibang babae. Masaya sila sa mga sinusuot nila. They're confident, pinapakita nila kung ano yung gandang meron sila.
And they're comfortable kung
Yes.
while wearing your brand, di ba?
Yes.
Yun ang pinaka-important din, you know. So, what's the message behind the clothes?
So, since it's women like me, again, I just want women to be comfortable, to be fashionable, and kasi meron tayong minsan misconception na kapag nagsusuot ka ng mga sobrang gagandang damit, maarte ka. No, you're just being yourself. So, it's about women empowerment. It's about being you.
So, as you've said, may mga misconception tungkol sa pagiging online entrepreneur. Many women would like to start, but so afraid of falling. What's your message to women who wants to start this kind of business, but then, syempre, nag-aalinlangan? Kasi syempre, may mga thoughts na, what if ganito mangyari, mga worst case scenario, and things like that. So, what's your message to them?
Jump into the pool. As simple as that. Totoo na it's not a walk in the park, but at least you have to try. Kasi hindi mo malalaman kung kaya mo kung hindi mo ito try.
Correct. Totoo. But when you look back at your transition from journalism to fashion, do you ever miss the adrenaline of the newsroom, or did you find a different kind of rush in entrepreneurship?
Magkaiba siya. But I also miss the adrenaline in the newsroom. Lalo na kapag sinisingil ka na sa istorya mo, nasaan na yung istorya mo. I kind of miss that, of course. And you're going to different places, covering different events, covering different issues. Mas maganda din kasi na aware ka sa mga nangyayari. But of course, I'm okay with what I'm doing right now.
Mas masaya ka dito sa
Yes.
RTW line. For the women watching right now na gustong iwan yung jobs nila to start a business, what is the number one mindset shift they need to make?
They're not too old. They're not too, it's not too late. So, meron kasi mga sinasabi, life begins at 30, at 40. No, life begins when you want to begin. So, at this moment, if gusto mong magpalit ng career, kasi may mga nababasa tayo, matanda ka na, you're expiring. May mga nababasa tayong gano'n, lalo na sa mga hate comments from other gender or minsan kapwa natin babae. But you don't have to listen to them. You have to listen to your heart and to yourself.
That is true. I agree with you on that. Grabe, ang daming realizations right off the bat. In fairness, at unti-unting nakikita ang hustle behind the glamour. Pero wag kayong aalis, just girls, dahil pagbalik natin, things are getting analytical and serious. How does an entrepreneur and artist suddenly find herself inside a law school classroom? Up next, we'll talk about Alexandra's grueling journey as a Juris Doctor student at MLQU. And retain your seats, just girls. We'll be right back.
Narito na ang schedule ng inyong paboritong Lotso Games mula sa Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office. Araw-araw ang draws ng 2D Lotto at 3D Lotto tuwing alas 2 ng hapon, alas 5 ng hapon at alas 9 ng gabi.
At pagsapit ng alas 9 ng gabi, sasamahan pa yan ng big time games. Tuwing Lunes, magpapapremyo rin ang 4D Lotto, Mega Lotto 645 at Grand Lotto 655.
Pagdating ng Martes, magdadala ng panalo ang 6D Lotto, Lotto 642, Super Lotto 649 at Ultra Lotto 658.
Tuwing Miyerkules, umaarangkada ang papremyo ng 4D Lotto, Mega Lotto 645 at Grand Lotto 655.
Pagsapit ng Huwebes, tutok na sa 6D Lotto, Lotto 642 at Super Lotto 649.
Mapapanood naman tuwing Biyernes ang pagbola ng winning numbers ng 4D Lotto, Mega Lotto 645 at Ultra Lotto 658.
At tuwing Sabado, abangan ang 6D Lotto, Lotto 642 at Grand Lotto 655.
Sigurado namang pasasayahin ang araw ng linggo ng exciting prizes ng Super Lotto 649 at Ultra Lotto 658.
Sali na dahil baka ikaw na ang susunod na mananalo
At maging Lotto Milyonaryo. Araw-araw, let's play Lotto! Dito lang yan sa DATV at IBC.
Hi sa lahat! Ako nga po pala si Joanna Luna at sobrang excited akong i-invite kayo sa aking programang Alam Mo Dapat. Dito sa show na ito, nakakausap natin ang mga resource person mula sa iba't ibang ahensya, mga taong talagang gumagawa ng impact sa ating lipunan. Mula sa government officials hanggang sa community leaders, pag-uusapan natin kung ano ang ginagawa nila, paano sila tumutulong at bakit mahalaga ito sa inyo. Bakit nyo dapat panoorin? Kasi dito malalaman ninyo kung paano gumagana ang mga ahensya, paano na ibibigay ang serbisyo sa publiko at higit sa lahat, mai-inspire kayong humingi ng tulong at gamitin ang inyong karapatan sa public service. At ang pinakamaganda, mapapanood nyo ito dito lang sa DATV. Ang DATV ang inyong go-to channel para sa kaalaman, inspirasyon at impormasyon. Kaya huwag palampasin, tune in, matuto at ma-inspire dito lang sa DATV. Alam Mo Dapat.
Welcome back to Just Girls and thank you for staying with us on DATV. I am still here with the amazing Alexandra Javier and honestly, lalo akong nabibeast mode sa bilib sa kanya. Sis, running an RTW business is already a 24/7 job. Let's be real, pero ikaw, biglang pumasok ka sa Manuel L. Quezon University Law School to take up your Juris Doctor. Like, paano? Para sa ating second segment, we have another 10 questions focused entirely on your law school journey, and let's unpack this. So, what was the spark that made you say, gusto kong maging abogado? Was it a childhood dream or a recent calling?
It wasn't a childhood dream. I have to be honest. Can I say this here? I'm also experiencing different injustices every now and then. I had a very sad traumatic childhood. But recently ko lang siya, like parang 2 years ago, naisip ko siya. And then I was a bit worried pa na mag-enroll nung una, honestly. Pero I realized na isang araw gumising ako, sabi ko sa partner ko, I have a current partner, and sabi ko sa kanya, ang daming babaeng nakakaranas ng injustices, no? Ang daming babae na nakakaranas ng hindi pantay na pagtrato. Ang daming babae na biktima ng vowsy. So I realized na I could be one of them. And it's really saddening kasi marami sa mga kamag-anak ko, marami sa mga kakilala ko, nasa failed marriage sila and they don't know how to get out of it. So isa siya sa mga naging reason kung bakit.
Law school is notorious for being mentally taxing. How did it feel adjusting to the culture of MLQU School of Law after being away from academics for a while?
It was really funny and at the same time nerve-wracking. Like pagpasok ko and unang recitation ko, I wasn't prepared and my professor was like, I don't have all night for you.
Wow.
Yes, ganun kabigat. And she said, is it your first recitation in law school? Yes po. And she said, well, welcome to law school. And that's my intro.
Na-culture shock ka na bigla.
Yes.
So how do you balance the creative visual world of fashion with the rigid text-heavy world of codals and cases? Hindi ba nagka-clash yung mga magkaibang sides ng brains?
Well, yeah. Pag kasi nasa law school momentum ka, like parang mag-finals or midterms or recitation, sobrang sobrang kailangan mo mag-focus. So, mawawala na lahat ng creative juices mo. Nandun ka na, nakafocus ka na sa babasahin mong batas, sa provisions, like, is it really this simple? Minsan kasi isang sentence lang siya and then magugulat ka, ang dami niyang explanation. Like, 10 to 20 pages ang explanation niya. And you have to memorize all of those. You have to understand all of those.
Speaking of that, take us through a typical hell day in your life. Paano mo pinaghahati-hati yung oras mo between checking inventory for your RTW brand and preparing for a recitation?
Well, for that kasi I have a partner who's helping me. It's a good thing na kahit nasa abroad siya, he's currently in Canada. So he's giving instructions na lang sa mga staff so they can take over. But of course, at the end of the day, i-check ko pa rin. Well, habang ganon, nakafocus lang talaga ako. Kulang yung 5 to 6 hours of reading. Kulang talaga siya. If you're going to face a terror professor, hello to my terror profs, if you're going to face them, hindi sapat na 3 to 4 hours, 5 to 6 hours. You have to study all night. You have to read a lot. Like hundreds of cases, ganon.
Para ma-practice ka rin talaga,
Yes.
no? So women in law often face unique pressures. Have you ever felt the imposter syndrome inside the classroom and how do you deal with it?
Well, to be honest, you have no time for imposter syndrome, to be honest. Because after you finish successfully a 40-minute recitation na ginigisa ka ng professor mo, you have to move forward to your next subject and study again. So you have no time.
Talagang ikaw lang to talaga, walang other person or persona behind it. So MLQ has a rich history of producing legal minds. How has the community there supported your growth as a working professional and a woman?
Well, sobrang hands-on ng MLQU. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. I believe all other schools are like that as well because studying law is already a hell. So, minsan, kailangan mo na lang ng supportive community. Yung program coordinator namin, yung mga professor, they're really strict, but at the same time, they want you to become the better version of yourself.
And in moments when you're running on 2 hours of sleep and crying over a case digest and handling business orders, what keeps you from typing that resignation letter or dropping out?
I keep on saying to myself na, ginusto ko to.
I-push mo yan.
Yes,
Oo.
mahal ang tuition. Things like that. And at the end of the day, kasali kasi ako sa isang community ng Facebook group wherein vowsy cases na babasa ko. And every now and then, nababasa ko yung mga babaeng, they suffer a lot. They really suffer a lot from abusive relationships, financial abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. And sabi ko sa sarili ko, I cannot change the world, but I can change one person's life in the future if I become a lawyer.
So parang sila yung nakakapag-motivate sa'yo na i-push talaga tong journey na to. So how has studying the law changed the way you view your rights and responsibilities as a female entrepreneur in the Philippines?
Sobrang laking impact niya sa akin eh. So, malaki yung help niya in a sense na, for example, you're talking about business to business, you're getting supplies, minsan kasi may mga medyo mapanlamang. So, because you have this background in law school, and you are studying law, alam mo kung ano yung karapatan mo eh. It's very important na alam mo kung ano yung pinapasok mo, and at the same time, alam mo yung kung ano dapat yung binibigay sa'yo. And at the same time naman, yung responsibilities, of course, we have to be more cautious, like return and refund, yung mga ganyang bagay. Naaral ko rin siya sa law school na it's not possible na bigla na lang kaming hindi mag-respond sa customer. Bawal yun. Maraming bawal, and marami akong natutunan.
Alright, journalism is about reporting the facts, and law is about defending them. Do you feel your past media experiences gives you an edge in oral arguments and analysis?
Well, a bit. I must say a bit. Kasi maraming times na yung mga ina-argue mo is galing sa mga practical experiences mo. So, you have to argue with your professor, you have to be present kapag sinabi niya sa'yo or tinanong niya sa'yo, ano ba tong provision na to? How can you prove that it is true? Well, attorney, according to ganito ganyan, and at the same time based on ganito ganyan. So yung mga bagay na yun is natututunan ko lang din sa labas ng school, hindi lang siya sa loob. So specifically sa role ko as reporter sa isang newspaper before, ang dami ko natutunan talaga.
So talagang napapag-combine mo yung mga experiences mo from being a journalist and right now as a law school. Talagang nako-combine mo sa, which is at some point talagang nakakatulong din.
Yes.
All right. To all the corporate working women or moms watching who think they are too old or too busy to go back to school or pursue law, what is your message to them?
Mag-enroll. Malapit na po yung enrollment. I think sa MLQU, ongoing na ata. Mag-enroll. Hindi mo malalaman kung talagang para ka ba doon if hindi mo susubukan. Meron ako mga nakilalang mga lawyer na graduate 60 years old na nakapasa ng bar 60 plus na. Meron akong kaklase na 59 years old siya nung nag-enroll siya, and he's 60 plus now. So, age is just a number, of course. Totoo naman yun. But you have to come prepared. Yun lang din.
And it's never too late.
It's never too late.
Correct. Hats off to you, Alexandra. Seryoso, you are redefining what a modern woman can achieve. But wait, there's more. She's not just about books and business. She also paints and writes. Up next, on our final segment, we're talking about finding peace in the chaos through art and what it truly means to be the author of your own life story. Stay tuned because the Ultimate Just Girls Empowerment Session is coming up next.
Fall in love with Metro Manila as you walk the cobbled streets of this walled city. Where you can find peace inside old churches built hundreds of years ago. Within the city are refreshing pockets of nature. Where business flourish in diversity. Where new friends meet. A city where you'll keep coming back for more.
Good day, everyone. I am William Theo, and I am inviting you to watch the PCSO lottery draws that we air 3 times a day, every single day. We not only play for fun, not only for winnings, but most importantly, for charity. So let us always remember, play smart, play safe, and most importantly, play responsibly.
And we are back for our final segment here on Just Girls. If you're watching us on DATV, you are witnessing an incredible conversation about reinvention with Alexandra Javier. We've talked about her business, we've talked about the law school grind, but now let's talk about her soul. She paints, she writes books, and she uses these to stay grounded. Alexandra, for our final round, here are 10 questions about how you bring all these beautiful pieces together to create an empowered life. Aside from everything else, you're an artist whose hobby is painting. When you pick up a paintbrush, does it serve as an escape from the heavy realities of law and business?
Yes. Kasi whenever I paint, whenever I mix colors, ang saya-saya lang na gagawa ka ng sarili mong mundo. For me, it's really liberating. It's really freeing me from all those law school drama, law school problems, and even the reality of life.
So talagang artist ka talaga eh, no? Nakakatuwa. What are the common themes or subjects in your paintings? Is there a reflection of the modern Filipina in your art?
Well, it's more of a modern Filipina trying different vibes here because I used to paint Joker, that's a very dark one, right?
Yes.
And then landscape, and then flowers. So, iba-iba talaga siya.
So kung ano lang din yung nasa mood mo.
Yes.
And you're also a book author. And what inspired you to write? And what is the core message you want your readers to take away from your book?
I came from a family of writers, as simple as that. So, my tita was also a published book author. So, when I was young, sabi ko gusto ko rin. Gusto ko magkwento. Gusto ko lang magkwento. As simple as that. And then, I have my first book published when I was 15. Yes, under Precious Hearts Romances. And it's kind of liberating as well. So, for me, ang laki ng impact niya sa akin eh. Kaya gusto ko siya kasi parang I had a very sad childhood and writing books helped me a lot to overcome those big burden na dala-dala ko.
Talagang it runs in your blood, yung pagiging artist, no? Tsaka
Yes.
congratulations, ha? Ang aga, as early as 15, grabe. Nakakabilib, as in. Kasi gusto ko din maging ganun, pero wala siya. Pero hindi siya na-apply sa akin. But then, I'm so proud kasi talaga nakakita ko ng a woman like you. Ang ganda, nakakatuwa. With so many titles attached to your name, entrepreneur, former journalist, author, law student, artist, how do you answer the question, who is Alexandra Javier at her core? Sabi nila, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So how do you protect your mental health and practice self-care when you have so many responsibilities?
Well, first question, sasagutin ko siya. I think I'm just a woman who loves to write, who loves to tell stories, who loves to express herself. As simple as that. And for the second question, how am I protecting myself? I think it's more of knowing your self-worth and knowing what you want to do. So, the outside noise, hindi mo siya kailangan pakinggan. Mahirap siya at first na parang hindi ka, you don't have time for them na makinig sa mga sasabihin nila. But I think it's more of self-preservation, self-love, your self-confidence, your self-worth, lahat yun.
And for you, what does women empowerment truly mean?
It means giving women the access to equality. It means giving women the power to give their opinion, to live their lives to the fullest, to give them courage to do more. Kasi hindi ka babae lang, babae ka.
And since sa dami ng ginagawa mo, have you ever faced criticism or skepticism from people saying, masyado mong daming ginagawa o baka wala ka matapos? How do you handle the doubters?
I used to listen to them actually, pero nakakasama pala siya sa mental health. Na parang maraming comment. Sa dami ng taong nakapaligid sa'yo, lahat sila may comment sa'yo. So, I protected my peace by listening to what's inside my heart and to value what I want in life. Gusto ko to eh. I've tried this, natapos kong naging writer na ako, nakapag-publish na ako, naging bestseller na ako ng National Bookstore 3 times. I think that's enough and ito naman yung gagawin ko ngayon. So that's what I want and walang dapat makialam sa akin kundi ako lang. So para pag umiyak ako lang din.
Ikaw lang sisisihin
Oo,
mo.
wala akong masisisihin kundi sarili ko.
So, who is the woman that inspired you the most? And what is the greatest lesson she taught you about resilience?
It's actually Mayor Joy. So, since I worked with her, naririnig ko siya palagi whenever she's empowering other women. Na, do your job, have your own money, carve your own path, kasi hindi lahat ng marriage nag-end sa happily ever after. So as a woman, dapat alam mo kung sino ka maliban sa pagiging asawa lang o pagiging misis lang ni Mr. Ganito.
Dapat meron ka talagang sarili mong persona,
Yes.
kumbaga. And looking back at the younger version of yourself studying in UP Diliman, what do you think she would say if she saw the version of you sitting here today?
Siguro iisipin niya, you're so busy. But I think she would be proud na eto na tayo, we're trentahin na tayo, but we're doing fine, we're doing lots of things, we're enjoying our life, and marami pa tayong makakaharap na problema, na isipin, but we're doing fine. So I think she's proud of me.
When you graduate from MLQ, pass the bar, and continue your creative passions, what is the ultimate legacy you want to leave behind for the next generation of Just Girls?
I just want them to always remember that you're capable of lots of things. You can do whatever you want, and you have to be yourself all the time. And I encourage them na huwag kayong susunod sa yapak ng kahit sinong babae. Maging you are you. You do you. So parang kung ikaw, you're Alexandra. And if you're another woman, you're a different kind of woman, iba yung gusto mo, be yourself. Simple as that.
Just wow. Thank you so much, Alexandra, for opening your heart and sharing your brilliant mind with us tonight. You are a true testament na walang limitasyon ang isang babae kapag desidido siyang hawakan ng sarili niyang kapalaran. Mga sis, I hope tonight's episode reminded you that you don't have to stay in one box. You can paint, you can hustle, you can study, and you can absolutely rule your own world. You are the author of your own story. Thank you for watching Just Girls. Catch us every Thursday at 8 p.m. only here on DATV. Spread love, stay empowered, and keep shining. This has been your host, Fiona Gicale. Good night, everyone. Have a pleasant evening.